What's up, people? You're watching Sportingly Social with me, Avanish, Hegde, in another episode. And this episode's going to be all football things, so be prepared for this one. But before we start the show, we have to tell you about certain things on Hegde every day and the content that is being dished out. And normally on Sportingly Social, you get to see what's in the news and talk about what's to look forward to. But all of that is in a brand new show, which is out every Friday. Of course, you've seen that last week, and I will put a little card for you guys to go visit that as well. But Dr. Fred, because we're going to be talking about all things sports in this show as well, except with the non-newsy angle as such. So let's tell you what's in the show today, because like I said, it's a football-packed one, alright? So let's get into the thick of things. On the show today, we take a look at what went wrong in Wembley and whether Maguire was to blame. Then, it is chatting with some football fans, discussing all things football, of course, talking about VAR and whether it's here to stay, and of course a fun quiz to round up proceedings as well. Not to forget my player pick of the week, which is of course the Mexican man from Wolves, and of course plenty of action to look forward to, so my score predictions as well. Right, so starting off the show today with, of course, the biggest talking point from a United fan, and that is Manchester United losing to Chelsea in the FA Cup. Lots of people asking me, what are your thoughts on the game, bro? How do you see it? And all those kinds of general questions that normally fans give each other and the banter that they give. Here's my take on the game. We lost. Chelsea were the better team. I would like to blame David De Gea. I would like to blame our two centre-backs, but what they've done in this run of 18 unbeaten has been superb. Just because of that one game, we can't really hold them responsible going forward, and I think times ahead will be better for Man United, especially David De Gea and Maguire. I know people are saying bring Dean Henderson back in and remove, of course, David De Gea permanently from the club. I think that's a little far-fetched. I also think Harry Maguire needs a better centre-back partner to grow with. I think Lindelof, as much as he's been good as a cover-up, as a backup, better than Smalling and Jones and the rest of the lot, if there is a world-class, pretty pacey centre-back, I think Manchester United can get to where they want to be, because up top, we've been absolutely sensational. So, fingers crossed, this time next week, I should be hoping to say with a convincing smile on my face that United will be playing Champions League next year, and of course the Europa League to look forward to. But having said all of that, let's now talk about the chat that I was referring to and get straight into it. Rian, where's your Arsenal sort of touch to the show?
There you go.
Thanks for joining me, guys. Let me just give
a
quick introduction. Lakshmi Raman, a United fan, first time making a debut on the show. Pleased to have you from Old Trafford, and what it seems from your Zoom background.
That's right.
And we have Sachin Ravi, who's of course ecstatic with Liverpool. He's of course a scouser, as you can tell. What jersey is that? The 2009 jersey? Or
2008, 2009 jersey. Yeah.
And the Gunner as well, who's right now trying to find a perfect spot.
Yeah.
And he's found his hot seat. Lovely. Look a little bit like Arteta, but like not shaved for like 3 months or something. So Lakshmi, let me start with you. It was a excruciatingly painful Sunday from my point of view. How did you see that? What are your thoughts?
It was really sad. I really expected Oli to put Romero instead of De Gea, as he usually does for the FA Cup. But that's a little disappointing to see how that didn't work out. And you could see Chelsea's counter-attack. They were just bullying and going forward for it. And for some reason, that spirit was not there in our players at that point of time. Yeah. And just one thing after the other, with the injuries subsequent to that, they just lost their entire momentum. Yeah. And they almost regained it just before conceding at the half.
Yeah, and it was a little flat, especially from the players who came on to, say, for example, a James and stuff like that, because they expected so much more. But I don't want to talk about United right now, because right now I think we're all...
It's really sad. We're looking forward now.
Yeah, I'm kind of still convinced that we'll get top 4. And I don't know, hopefully at the same time next week, if I'm doing the show, I should be over the moon. And we still have that Europa League insurance card, if you like. So that's that. Let's talk about that silly old club, which we of course call the rivals, Liverpool.
Oh, that.
Sachin, over the moon, of course, but not like such a great season because it could have been so much more. We were talking treble, we were talking invincibles, we were talking cities 100 points. What do you have to say?
Yeah. You know, Avanish, if you told me that we'll win the league in the fashion that we did at the beginning of the season, I'd not think there's a single Liverpool fan who wouldn't have taken it the way it's panned out. It's just a case of the expectations that we've had. This is a club that's lost for 2 or 3 instances over the course of more than a calendar year, right? We've got more trophies than losses. So, I mean, to put it in perspective, there's going to be a time when the expectations are really, really high. The fact that we've even won the league, I think, is what everybody's really excited about. Of course.
Fair call, all right. And what about this Mr. Gunner over here on the bottom right? You must be loving life right now, considering it was beating the best teams in the country in 1 week.
Honestly, I don't want to get ahead of myself. There's a big final coming up.
Yeah.
It's probably a chance to get into Europe right now. On beating the top sides in the Premier League right now, circumstantially, yes. Great wins, good performances. Finally, something turned around. But after Liverpool having won the title and City kind of maybe, I think, aiming for Champions League, that's what Pep's been aiming for. Good wins, but I'd have to say it's a great week for Arsenal. So
I want to get your opinion about one big talking point this season at least, which is VAR. Are you guys for it? Are you guys against it? Are you guys for the technology but against the officials at Stockley Park? Let's start with Sachin.
I think it's two sides, right? One is the idea of something, and then the second is the implementation of it. I don't think anybody here principally has a problem with the idea of what VAR can do, and there are definitely benefits. But I think in terms of how it's being used by the referees, the officials, there seems to be, I don't know why they can't nail this down in terms of a seamless sort of execution that can happen. That's really where the missteps are happening, in my opinion.
It was brought in to remove the howler, so to speak. And Lakshmi, you take a look at a team like United, and as much as I want to deny the facts, we've been beneficial with VAR. I mean, I think
We have been
pointed it out as well. So are you favor of it or no?
I'm definitely in favor of it, but I agree with Sachin. They need to get working on the technologies. At some point in time, the watch of the referee goes out, runs out of battery. That's no way to go about it in this age. So definitely, VAR, I totally support it. Sure.
It is being beneficial indeed. For Arsenal fans, not so much, because you take a look at the referees and how they've been to Arsenal, at least in the last couple of games, it's been ridiculous. I mean, Vardy not getting sent off for what he did for Mustafi.
Vardy, maybe he's had a few instances with being a little rough around the edges. Yeah. But I think it feels like a bit of deja vu. We've had our problems with officials on field, off field, with the managers in the past. We've had issues previously with seemingly not many decisions that go in other teams' favor. But I'm all for technology.
I think that's the big decision that they need to take, because it's so rare that you see VAR overturn an on-field ref's call. So I think VAR should be there, but I think they should just tinker this a little bit more. So let's just finish off this chat with a quiz as usual, boys and girl, and we'll start with the quiz. Question number 1. Name me any 3 players who play for Bournemouth.
Nathan Ake, what's his name? Dominic Solanke, and what's his name? Jordan Ibe. They're all Liverpool players.
Sure, fine. Sachin gets the first point. Rayan and Lakshmi taking a backseat in the first question. Fair enough. The second question. Name me the club who play their games at Bramall Lane.
Sheffield United.
Oh, he's got it right.
Sheffield United.
Rayan's pulled one back. Question number 3. Which 3 teams were promoted to the Premier League in 2019?
Aston Villa, Norwich, and Sheffield.
Well done. Sachin's got it right. Lakshmi, you gotta buck up. You have to buck up. This is question 4. Name me the manager of Brighton.
Is this? I think it's Graham Potter. I think.
Yeah, it is Graham Potter. Bang on. Question number 5. Who are known as the Hornets?
who are known as the
Watford.
Hornets, right?
Watford.
Yeah,
Watford.
that's right. That's correct.
Question number 6. What is Bruno Fernandes's kit number?
I have no idea. Must be 7 or 8, I guess.
No,
It's okay if I don't know it. So.
What will Lakshmi say?
11.
No, it's not 11.
No, it's 30 something.
Is it 10?
18.
It's not.
18.
It's 18. Did you say 18?
18.
I decided 18.
Okay, it's 18. We'll give her the point to get her off the mark for sure. Okay, so last question of this round. Virgil van Dijk has the most passes in the Premier League this season. True or false?
I'm going to say false.
And
False.
Rian, false. And Lakshmi?
False.
No, it's actually true, guys. All of you are wrong.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah, he actually
Clean?
has good passes. Kept the most number of clean sheets in the Premier League this season.
Alisson.
No, it's not Alisson. It's actually Nick Pope who's got 15. The most assists in the Premier League this season.
I think KDB.
Yeah, she's banged on. She's got 1. Who has the most shots this season in the Premier League?
I'm going to go with Salah.
Yeah, he's got it right. Salah's got 126 shots, the most for any, which is actually...
He's running after that golden boot so vehemently.
Who's hit the woodwork the most amount of times this season?
I really have no idea, but I'm going to guess and say Rashford.
No, it's actually Danny Ings. He's at the basket this time.
Mm,
Who has the most saves this season in the Premier League? Which goalkeeper has the most saves?
I'm gonna say Ramsdale.
No, it's actually Dubravka from Newcastle. Who has
Dubravka.
4 saves, yeah. Who's conceded the most amount of goals this season as a goalkeeper?
Tim Krul.
Yeah, he's got that right. 63 goals he shipped in. This all.
Norwich.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you guys are pretty much doing well in this quiz. I think Sachin is just ahead right now and Rehan's a point behind, Lakshmi's a point behind him. So one question now to like either make or break the quiz and we end the quiz in that. And this is a segment called Name Any. So I'm going to start with Rehan. And this is an Arsenal related question. So name me any 3 players from Spain who currently play for Arsenal.
Alright, Dani Ceballos, Hector Bellerin.
Yes.
I wish I could say Mikel Arteta, but Emiliano Martinez.
No, he's actually Argentine.
How's that possible? We have so many Spanish players.
Yeah, I know. So you want to pass in that, right?
Gonna take a stab at it. Damn, I can't think of anyone. In the squad, come on. No, pass. Give me a clue if you want.
No, actually you passed, so you got that that question wrong. So I was looking for Pablo Mari, who's also Spanish.
Pablo Mari.
I've
Okay.
heard of this guy, so no idea.
Lakshmi, your turn next. Name any 3 players who played for United who are from Argentina. Past or present.
No.
I know. I can think of 3. I think.
I can give you a clue. One of them played for, of course, Manchester City,
Mm-hmm.
and he came from West Ham, and Fergie signed him.
Got it. Forgot that guy.
Yeah, I know this.
Okay, and the second player that I was looking for is someone that you touched upon earlier this show. You said that
Exactly.
in the show.
Exactly.
You said that he should have started on Sunday.
Romero.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got Romero, that's one. And then you can name me any other 2. There's another player I can give you who we really didn't like as fans and Van Gaal signed. Okay, fair enough. So the players that I was looking for was Carlos Tevez, Angel Di Maria, Sergio Romero. We could have even gone for Marcus Rojo, who's also out. Yeah, so Rojo.
I was thinking of Veron back in the day.
Another one. Veron's
Juan
another
Sebastian,
one.
yeah.
So this is a connection of 3 players to play for Liverpool, Holland, who are from Holland.
Holland.
Past or present.
Got it. So there's Van Dijk.
Yes.
There's Gini Wijnaldum.
Yes.
Then there's Dirk Kuyt.
Yes. So that was a relatively straightforward one for the scouser.
I know.
Right. Thanks for the quiz and thanks for your time. Much appreciated. See you all.
Thanks, Avanish.
Cheers.
Thanks, Avanish.
See you.
Right guys, so that was a fun chat indeed and a very, very good quiz. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. But moving on to my player pick of the week this week. And it is, of course, the Wolverhampton Wanderers striker, Raul Jiminez. Raul Jiminez has been absolutely one to watch this season. Wolverhampton Wanderers are a team who thrives off his centre-forward play. And he scored the most amount of winning goals in the league, 10 that is, and you can take a look at his goals and his appearances and his attacking play in this particular stat. Right, moving on from Player of the Week to Score Predictor then, and there are lots of tasty games to look forward to, especially the last weekend of the Premier League on Sunday. There's Crystal Palace Tottenham, there's of course Manchester United playing Leicester away, there's Chelsea Wolves. So my prediction this week is of course United to win at Leicester, as slender and as biased as that sounds. 2-1 I'm putting my Red Devils to win at of course the King Power Stadium. I'm also predicting Wolves to get something out of the game at Stamford Bridge and to dampen Chelsea's season further. A 1-1 there perhaps. And to final things up, Jose Mourinho, he's been absolutely brilliant in the last 2-3 games for Spurs, especially with a clean sheet in all 3 of them, bar the Newcastle one that is. I think he'll get the job done at Crystal Palace as well. Right, so that was a football pack show indeed. So much so that we have to really wrap proceedings up on Sporting News Social. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Plenty of content to bring you throughout the week, including Sports Trap on Fridays, of course, and other things which will be a pick and mix going forward as well. Thanks for watching once again. Please subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. It's a bye from me. See you the next time. See you!